You're a Chicago cop, firefighter, or an EMT. Every single day, you put on that uniform to serve this city. But when you clock out, does the thought of actually owning a piece of Chicago feel like a total pipe dream? Like you being priced out of very neighborhoods you risk your life to protect? Well, you serve the city, but did you know Chicago has programs designed to serve you back with some massive housing benefits? Today, I'm breaking down the little-known perks that can make homeownership a financial no-brainer for first responders. Stick around. Welcome. Look, the reality for so many Chicago's finest is a brutal one. You dedicate your lives to our safety, but the dream of planting roots here feels like it's slipping away. You're dealing with skyrocketing rent, a high cost of living, and soul-crushing commutes after already long shifts. It doesn't feel right serving a community you can't even afford to live in. But what if I told you that the biggest barriers to owning a home in Chicago could be knocked down? My name is Alec Manchesky, and as your real estate agent and insurance agent, I specialize in guiding Chicago's first responders through the housing market. I've made it my mission to collect heroes like you with incredible financial programs. I've seen these benefits turn the fantasy of homeownership into a reality time and time again. We're not just talking about buying a house. We're talking about making a strategic financial move that builds your wealth and solidifies your future in the city you so bravely serve. Section 1. The promise and the problem. Let's be real. The financial struggle is no joke. You see your paycheck come in and you watch it go right back out to the landlord, building their equity instead of your own. The idea of saving a 20% down payment for a Chicago home can feel completely hopeless. You might be worried about your credit score or think that the whole process is too complicated to even start. Those are all valid fears that keep way too many first responders trapped in the rent cycle. This is the affordability gap, that canyon between wanting a home and thinking you can possibly afford one. But here's the promise. We're going to show you how to build a bridge over that gap. The city of Chicago, the state of Illinois, and several other national organizations have created a powerful set of tools just for you. And these aren't just tiny discounts. They are massive financial levers that can slash purchase prices, help with down payments, and hand you thousands of dollars in savings. We're going to walk through the top programs every Chicago first responder needs to know about, and I'll break them down into simple, actionable steps. By the end of this, you'll have a clear roadmap. Section 2, the secret weapon, the good neighbor next door. All right, let's start with the absolute heavyweight champion of housing programs. It's called the Good Neighbor Next Door program. And frankly, it sounds too good to be true, but it's not. Run by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, this program has a specific mission: to get first responders and teachers to live in the communities they serve, and by making it incredibly affordable. So, what's the headline? A 50% discount on the list price of a home. Let me say that again, half off. A home listed for $300,000 in a designated area is suddenly available to you for just $150,000. Think about what that does to your finances. Your mortgage is instantly cut in half. The down payment you need becomes ridiculously small. The biggest barrier to entry is basically obliterated. So what's the catch? There's a few requirements, but they are very straightforward. First, their program is for specific jobs. Law enforcement officers, firefighters, and EMTs are all eligible. Second, the homes are located in what HUD calls revitalization areas. And third, you have to commit to living in the house as our main residence for at least 3 years. That's it. For a 3-year commitment to being a homeowner, you get a 50% discount. HUD even secures this with a silent second mortgage that requires no interest and no payments. As long as you stay there for 3 years, that entire second mortgage is forgiven completely. Finding these homes is easy. They're listed for a limited time on the HUD home store website. If multiple people bid, it goes to a lottery. That is a life-changing opportunity to start building real wealth. And hey, if you're already seeing how powerful this is, do me a quick favor and hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me get this information out to more first responders who need it. Section 3, your network of savings, homes for heroes. Now, what if you don't find a good neighbor home or you're looking in a different neighborhood? Don't worry, there's another incredible program called Homes for Heroes. Unlike a government loan, Homes for Heroes is a nationwide network of real estate agents, lenders, and other specialists who have agreed to give significant savings back to first responders to simply say thank you. It's not a loan, it's a savings program that cuts your costs across the board. Here's how it works. You sign up for a free, and then they connect you with a partner specialist in the Chicago area like myself. The big benefit here is the savings. On average, first responders who use the program save about $3,000 when they buy or sell a home. Those savings come from a few places. Your Home for Heroes real estate agent gives you a check back from their own commission after closing. The mortgage specialist reduces their fees. The title company and home inspector often throw in discounts too. It's a team effort to lower your out-of-pocket costs, putting money directly back in your pocket right when you need it most. The best part about Homes for Heroes is how simple it is. There's no government red tape or complicated forms. You're just working with a team that has already agreed to save you money because they appreciate your service. Section 4. The city and the state have your back. Beyond those national programs, both Illinois and the city of Chicago have their own assistance programs. You just need to know where to look. First, let's talk about the city. In 2022, Chicago announced a pilot program called the Public Safety Officer Home Buyer Assistance Program, designed to offer eligible officers, firefighters, and paramedics a $30,000 no-interest forgivable loan for a down payment or closing costs. The loan is forgivable over 10 years as long as you live in that home. Now, because this was a pilot program, you'll have to do a little homework and verify its current funding and availability for 2025, which I will do for you, directly with the City of Chicago's Department of Housing. If funds are there, it's an amazing opportunity. Next, at the state level, the Illinois Housing Department Authority, or IHDA, offers several powerful programs open to all qualified buyers, including first responders. While a popular program called Welcome Home Heroes was discontinued, IHDA now has options like the Access Forgivable or Access Deferred programs. These can provide you with up to $10,000 for your own down payment and closing costs. This is where it gets really powerful when you stack the benefits. Imagine using an IHDA grant for your loan for your down payment on a home you're buying with a low 3.5 down payment FHA loan, and then getting thousands back from your Homes for Heroes agent after closing. The layers of savings can be huge. And for those of you who are also military veterans, the VA loan is unbeatable, requiring 0 down payment and no PMI. Section 5, the future on the horizon, the Helper Act. Now, I want to talk about something that isn't law yet, but it's gaining serious momentum in Congress and could be the biggest game changer we've ever seen for first responders. It's called the Helper Act, which stands for Homes for Every Local Protector, Educator, and Responder. As of late 2025, the bipartisan bill is working its way through the legislative process. If it passes, it would create a brand new home loan program, kind of like the VA loan, but specifically for first responders and teachers. What would it do? It would allow you to buy a home with 0 down payment. On top of that, it would completely eliminate monthly mortgage insurance. This would be a monumental shift. The two biggest hurdles for most home buyers, the down payment and the extra cost of mortgage insurance, would be wiped out. Advocacy groups are pushing hard for this, and there's real hope it could become law soon. It represents a future where owning a home isn't just possible for our heroes, it's actively encouraged at a federal level. In conclusion, we've covered getting half off a home with a good neighbor next door. We've talked about getting thousands back in your pocket with Homes for Heroes. We've explored city and state grants that can hand you a down payment, and we've looked at a future where you might buy a home with nothing at all. The story that you can't afford to live in the city you serve is just that, a story. It's not your reality. The truth is, there are powerful, real programs wanting to serve you back. Imagine it for a second, ending your shift and taking a short drive to home that is yours, a place where you're building wealth for your family with every single payment. Imagine becoming an even deeper part of the community you protect, not just a uniform, but a neighbor. This isn't some far-off dream, it's an achievable goal, and the path is clearer than you ever thought. If you're a police officer, firefighter, or EMT in Chicago and you want to see exactly which of these programs you might qualify for, I've created a simple checklist to get started. It breaks down each program's requirements and next steps. Just reach out to me via email or phone number here, and we can start the conversation and I'll get you some help. Stop building your landlord's future. It's time to own yours. Reach out now for help.